Good morning, everyone.
Good
morning. Start of a new semester. Okay. So this is going to kind of move forward from what we were doing last semester if you were here. Most of you were here, I think. But we're doing collage. Can everyone see? Okay. A collage album cover. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of... How do I switch the slide?
Fun. Love technology.
There we go. We're just going to do it this way, since I can't move the slides anywhere. But anyways, here we have some techniques for collage. Has anyone ever heard of collage, first of all? No ideas what collage is? What does it sound like?
It's basically when you put many things together to create like a slide.
Yeah, that's true. You're putting a lot of different things together in one place. So some techniques for collage that we have, I have this little cheat sheet for you. I couldn't really upload it, but if you want to look at it, it's right here. We have cutout letters. We have cutout silhouettes, so I cut out some hearts right here. Tissue paper. Tissue paper is really fun to work with because you can put different colors on top of each other and they'll make like new colors. And you can make different shapes. And we have paper strips. This is good for adding texture, which is one of the cool things about art, one of the elements of art, which I want you guys to use this semester. And I want you guys to get familiar with the elements of art. Please. Thank you. We also have magazine and photos and book cutouts. This is probably one of the most like pop culture thing you've seen. So you just get a magazine, you cut out one of the pictures of a lady standing, I don't know, whatever you find in a magazine, and you put it on something else. And we have torn paper. So this one's also one of the easier ones. You just rip up pieces of paper, put them all over. But you want to do it in a way that has purpose. You know, collage isn't just, I'm going to put a bunch of pieces of paper on this cardboard and I'm done. I want you guys to think about it. So this is just a reference for you to look at later in the semester that I make. You can, whenever you're feeling like you don't know what to do, just look at this poster and be like, okay, I can play with some texture, I can play with some shape. So the premise of this assignment is to think about your favorite artist. Can someone give me one of your favorite artists that you like to listen to? Drake? Alright, that's a good one. Anyone else?
Well, when you say artist, what do you mean?
Like musical artists. Yeah.
I would say, wait, like it doesn't matter what type of artist?
No, whatever you like.
Oh, then well, Michael Jackson.
Oh, that's a good one. I had Michael Jackson up some. I forgot. But, okay, Michael Jackson. So what is your favorite album now?
Oh, I'm going to have to go with Billie Jean.
That's a good one. Alright. So every album has a picture with art on it, right? To represent the album.
Yeah.
Right? Alright. So, I'm missing the slide, but anyways, we have this thing that represents the songs, right? And that's called advertising. You want to make someone be interested in what you're selling just by looking at it, right? So that's why most artists, or songs even, have their own pieces of art. And we have this thing called juxtaposition, which kind of, does anyone know what juxtaposition is before I tell you? Have you ever heard of it? Nope. Alright. It's kind of a weird and funny word. But it just means two really different things come together and make contrast, which is just like, of something that's really different. So we have white and black, they come together and it's this really high contrast. That's what it is. So it's kind of like something that looks really outlandish. So this is my example for my album that I made. This is based off of one of my favorite artists, The Cure. But it takes elements from some of the things that I see on their album cover and I make it into something different. So we're not copying the album cover, you're making something new. So let's say Drake came in today and he asked, okay, who wants to redesign my favorite album cover? I don't like the album cover that I have for this album. Now I'm gonna make a new one. Who wants to do it? That's your assignment. Okay. So you can take elements if you really like the album cover and put it into your own. But I want to see something new. Okay. Try and sell the album to me. Maybe I'll take a listen. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions?
Yes. Does it matter what we put on the album as long as it's basically a representative of what we?
Yeah, you want to represent the album. So you can, when you go home, you can take a listen, you can write down some notes. Today we're going to be planning, so you can do sketches, you can maybe look through magazines, see what kind of pictures you like, and then we're going to make it into this final product. We have this square kind of album looking thing.
What if I just go off the top of my head?
What was that?
What if I just go off the top of my head?
Off the top of your head? Well, I would say you want to plan a little bit. So if you listen to the songs, you can write down some motion. How does this song make me feel? How does the album make me feel? It makes me feel happy, it makes me feel sad. So you can take notes like that, and that's how you can plan, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Does everyone know what kind of artists they're going to do? What album?
I mean, I already know.
Yeah? Today you can take your day to like explore, kind of find what you want to take your inspiration from, what artist you want to do, what musician. And then we have drawing paper over here, and we have pencils. If you need a pencil, I can give you one. But you want to make some sketches, maybe write down some ideas. I want to play with texture. I want to do cutouts, so you can even cut out letters to put the name of the album on your collage. You can say, I want to do this kind of texture over here. So just planning out today and finding out what you want to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Alright. No one's confused. I'll be coming around if you're confused, okay? Sound good?
Yeah.
Alright. So, I'm going to make a quick thumbnail sketch for you. They're not finished products, but you can do them really quickly if you wanted to. But I usually do my thumbnail sketches like this. Since we're using square paper, you want to make your thumbnail sketch a square, not a rectangle, because then if you draw something you like, then you have to cut it off, and that's not fun.
Yeah.
So we have this square, a very badly drawn square. But let's say I'm going to draw these people over here. Maybe. I'm going to see if I can. But that's just me. I'm going to be planning what I want to draw. So I see we have the table. It ends over here.
My phone already charged. Sorry.
We have 1, 2, 3 people. Yeah, there's kind of a chair on the table. It doesn't have to be a perfect drawing. It's just so you can see where you're putting everything. Are you paying attention, guys?
Yeah.
It's just so we can see where we're putting everything. It's kind of like a plan. You know, like when you construct a house, you put the floor plan in first before you actually build the house. Because then when you make mistakes, that's an expensive mistake when you're building a house, right?
Oh, yeah,
Same thing with art. Art materials are expensive, so before you start, you want to have the plan first. So here we have our 3 people, 1, 2, 3. And you can also see, oh, well, I have some blank space over here. I'm going to maybe add in the words because I want to fill in the space. So we have our hanging words. Let's write happy. So we see how our thumbnail sketches can help us and why we're doing this part first before we actually start. Because when you mess up and I say, the glue isn't $100, that glue is $100, it's important that even when you have a job, you want to plan things and show your boss why you're doing this and be able to explain yourself, right? All right. I'm teaching you life skills here, guys, in art class. Does that sound good? Mm-hmm. So you can maybe do a couple of thumbnail sketches, 2, 3, to see what ideas you like, and then you can start when you're ready. I'm gonna walk around and see what you guys are working on, what thumbnail sketches you come up with. All right.